Okay, guys, good evening. It's Friday evening, November 11th, 2016. Hope you guys had a very nice Veterans Day. Hope you were able to take advantage of some of the places around town that offered the veterans a free meal. So it's a really nice event. All right, guys, one of the most volatile weeks I've ever witnessed in my life. You'll see when we go through the slides here. I've never seen the markets move like this ever. So let's cut right to it. So today I'm not gonna go through the latest closed trade results. Nothing changed from yesterday, so I'm not gonna beat that one to death. We will look at our status of our new open positions. I don't have any new trades. All I did was make a lot of delta adjustments today. Uh, Guess which market? In the crude market. Yeah, that one we'll talk about that when we get there. We'll go through the weekly zones just to show you how the market's moved, and then we'll do the stats, and that's probably going to be it for tonight. So let's get right to it. Give me just a second, guys. I think there we go. All right. Okay, guys, this is the crude strangle that I put on November 10th. It's 7 days ago, so it was yesterday. Um, we had 5 days. No, that's right. I know I looked at it. Let me just double check that again. Yep, 5 days to go. And let's see, today what I did was the market was bearing down, and I just wanted to keep the deltas in check. So I sold the 46 call as a hedge. You can see down here. That's where I placed the hedge. And let's see. So right now what we have is let me put that in. I didn't fill that. I filled out the hedge part. Bear with me. Okay, so yeah, we sold the 46 calls. Now we have a max profit of 1140, 23,000 in buying power, 21 contracts on the trade. There's where we're setting. I expect, unless we get a violent opening Sunday night, I expect a lot of theta to come out of these trades. So yeah, I'm in this trade going into the end of the week with a couple of you guys. So we'll see how it works out. But anyway, nothing else to do. We'll see how we open up Sunday night. Okay, this is the crude strangle that I placed on October 21st with 55 days to go. We currently have 34. I've had a lot of hedging action in this trade just to try to keep the deltas in check. I don't like making this many adjustments with 34 days to go in the trade, but this thing has just been bearing down on us relentlessly to the downside. We got a little bit of bump up right after the election night, and then it just collapsed again. So hey, I'm just trying to incrementally adjust my deltas. I adjust them a little bit quicker than I do in the S&P because I don't want crude to get away from me. This thing, even though it's acting like it wants to stay in a range, there's nothing saying this thing can't fall back down to 33 bucks a share. I mean, the way crude trades, it can get there in a couple of days. So I'm going to continue staying with it. If it makes a big jump down, then I'm going to go ahead and sell futures. Again, I don't like making this many delta adjustments this early in a trade, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So what I've been doing is trying to keep my upside as broad as I can. So you can see right here, right in there, that's the 52 strike. So I feel very confident if we get back up and range this thing a little bit, I'll be safe in this trade. So we'll just see. We'll stay with it. We know what we have to do. to keep the trade going. I'll get more aggressive on the delta adjustments if I have to. I have no problem getting more aggressive, but when we have our call to action, we gotta play the hand. So right now it's just incremental adjustments. With all the adjustments and everything I made, my max profit's 10.8. Buying power is 25.9. You can see that the other trade, I want you to go back when you get a chance and look at that other trade that I put on with 7 days to go. My max profit in is $1,140, and I'm using 23,000 in buying power. So just keep that in mind, guys. The quicker, the shorter duration that you put these undefined risk trades on, the more capital you got to use to get to that profit target that we like. So that's just the name of the game. It's just the trade-offs you get. You have to trade what you're comfortable doing, and so if you're not comfortable with those types of trades, then yeah, you just don't put those on. You stick with the longer duration. Here are all my hedging that I've done so far. So I started on 1 November all the way up to 11 November. So I've been hedging all the way down in this thing. I'm in good shape because I've been hedging. So I like where I'm at. Now we just need some two-sided action. We always need the market to participate, guys. We don't need one-way markets. I'm going to show you a chart at the end of this that's just staggering to look at. Okay, this is, switch over to the retirement account. This is the Iron Condor. We're in good shape in it. It'd really be nice to see a pullback in the market next week. I mean, guys, we made a move this week that we haven't seen since 1898. And we haven't really seen one since then. That's just as far back as Sentiment Trader has data. So, yeah, we've never seen a move like we've had just this week. So a little pullback would be really nice. We'll see if we get it. But right now, I've done nothing to this Iron Condor through all of this. I've had this Iron Condor on through the election, after the election. We're still holding strong with it. All right, this is a broken winged butterfly. If we do not get a pullback next week, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start raising this side up. I will show you some of the tactics that I'm going to use to raise this up. I've been trying to make time to put a class together on the broken winged butterfly, but just haven't had time. I am going to do that. These trades themselves are easy to put on, easy to manage until you have to adjust them. So then you have to decide what you want to do, and I'm gonna walk you through some of those courses of actions you have whenever you get to these decision points. But so far, 42 days to go, nothing to do, up 359, in good shape. Oh, you know what I forgot to pull up was it's in good shape, but that's the double it up portfolio, guys. I'll plug that one in Monday. I just forgot to ring that one up. Yeah, sure did. So sorry about that. Let's take a look at the weekly levels. Alright, I'm going to leave this screen like this so you can see, you guys can see all this stuff overhead in PowerPoint. Whenever I put this thing to slideshow, it fills the screen up, but I don't have a pointer, so I got to figure out how to bring a pointer into this thing right here while I'm briefing. So anyway, here's the S&P, just a historic move, all the way down, all the way back up. Reached back up, almost 160 point swing in a day and a half, and then we rested for a day. Just one of the most unbelievable moves I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen, and anybody that's lived since 1898 that's been in the markets, they haven't seen it either, because it hasn't happened before. The closest time that closest time in history that even replicates this, I think Sentiment Trader said back in the 1940s. All right, so what I want to bring to your attention is the rectangle. You guys always hear me talk about scenario 1. All right, so I'm gonna show you. I'll keep showing you scenario 1 because it's such an important pattern. We drop down. Right here is the bottom. The market rallies back up, walks back up, makes a high, then drifts back down. Eventually, what you're looking for is it to take out this low right here. When it takes out this low like it did right here, what you're waiting for is for it to come back up and close inside the rectangle. Once it closes inside that rectangle, it is a high probability shot that it wants to go higher. So it doesn't work every time like everything else, but the probabilities is that the down move is over. So I just wanted you to be aware that I'm going to pull the rectangle off next week, but I just wanted to close that up because, hey, we got the move. That was it. Not only did it close back, it opened up inside of it. That was Sunday night. That was a 26-point opening on a Sunday. Bolted up going into the Hillary rally. We got the Trump sell-off, and then everybody started shaking their heads and saying, oh wow, this really may not be a bad thing that we've got Republicans as the majority. Hey, we could potentially have a coup on capitalism here, or a major capitalistic movement. So everything rallied back up again. Anyway, that was the S&Ps, and I just wanted to show you scenario 1. And these are, just wanted to bring some of the quotes I was talking about last week. This is talking about this move right here, one of the tamest down moves I've ever seen. And then I told you Friday when I made that comment, I said, close back inside that rectangle and it's hell's bells to the upside. I was looking for the explosive rally because we'd gone down 9 days, something we hadn't done. I can't remember when. Forgot when Sentiment Trader said the last time that we'd gone 9 days down in S&Ps. But that's just due for a vicious move up, and boy, did we get it. One of the most epic moves in history. Bonds, again, epic move doesn't even describe the bond market move, guys. Don't even need to. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Complete and utter collapse in bonds and a surge in interest rates. So I beat this one down. So no need to beat it anymore. Again, I'm looking for 10 handles up, and then we'll revisit buying some more puts. Crude for the week. Yeah, we got that bump up, but look at it, man. It's set right back down on top of that support. So that support held the other night. We got to see if it's going to hold through Sunday night. But our ranges, crude never violated any of the ranges from last week. That's really strange. What it did do, it faked us out. I said it needed to close above that line right there. That was a very important price. Close above, which it did, would indicate that we have a high probability chance of an up move. Hey, it did just the opposite. Closed above and collapsed again. So it just goes to show you guys, there's no rules that are steadfast 100%, but most of the stuff I like is high probability. This one just didn't work. The dollar for the week, hey, that thing surged up through, just walked the dog right onto the upside. Gold collapsed today, and dollar continued with its bid. So let's look at the gold market. A spectacular move in gold. Up here from 1330 and some change all the way down to 1220. Just a huge move in 3 days in the gold market. So I don't know what else to say, guys. It's just been the most volatile week I've ever seen in my life. And hey, we're back down to, what's the VIX at? Probably in the 13s, 14s. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Holy crikeys. Look at TLT. Again, we were back up in here. Yeah, July, I think 8th was when I made my last put purchase, somewhere up in this week here. We had that blow off move. That's what they call a blow off move, guys. See that gap up in that week? It just ran straight up all week long, closed at the highs, and we've never seen another higher price. And honestly, guys, that was it right there. That was the move. So that price in TLT will never be seen again, ever. Okay, here's 30-year interest rates. Mankind lows, up and away. 30 years, up interest rates, guys. Alright, let me see if I can pull something over right quick. I gotta show you this because it is mind-boggling, to say the least. Give me just a second. Oh my gosh, look at that move in the Russell. Unbelievable. 1123 to 1282. That's 160 points in the Russell. Okay, that's equivalent. 163, that's 320 points in the S&Ps. It's the same, that would be 320 in the S&Ps. Just one of the biggest moves I've ever seen in my life. Small caps today, if you guys didn't get a chance to look, the S&Ps were down all day long. The NASDAQ down all day long. It tried to get its head up. And how did it finish? Finished off 175. The S&Ps were off 675. They were down as much as 18. The Russell was up over 2% today, guys, with those other markets down. This isn't a lifetime high in the Russell, but it's really, really close. I gotta tell you, man, this is, you've ever seen, yeah, you could just run a flag up that pole right there and salute it on Veterans Day. I mean, that thing is just, I've never seen one like that before. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that, to be honest with you. I've just never seen anything like it before. I have been short the Russell, for 4 months while it went straight up, but it wasn't as straight up as this is north-south. The other one had even though it went straight up for a very long time, it had a little slant to it. Yeah, this one's just like a pole, like sticking a dart in the ground straight up. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. So let's take just a quick look at the weekly stats. Alright, there we go. Okay, we've been monitoring these for 18 weeks. S&P closes inside its second level 94% of the time. ZB's 88. The other market's 94. So they're all really neck and neck at the second level. It's the first level where the numbers really start bearing themselves out. So the S&P still is just, even this week, guys, even though it penetrated both levels, the first level to the downside and the first level to the upside in the same week, it still managed to close inside the levels. I told you that in the S&Ps, I am really chomping at the bit to get more observations at the first level and start tightening my trading up around that first, somewhere between that first and first level and the hedge point that I always plot. So those are some really interesting levels right there in the S&P. So we just need some more observations. And honestly, I've got to go back over all of the historical stuff I've charted up to and look at them at the first level. But some pretty interesting stuff. To think that these markets, as wild as they were, the S&P still closed inside the first level for this week. And you see the other markets are somewhere around the 60% range, which is kind of where they should be. All right, guys, let me do a quick once over here. I believe that's everything I have for tonight. Yeah, don't see anything else here we need to look at. So you guys have a really nice weekend. Enjoy the rest of the Veterans Day, what's left of it. And we will be talking to you. I'll put out something this weekend, maybe Sunday. And other than that, this is BA signing out.